Hello, good afternoon, good morning for those far away from here, from Europe. My name is Didier Escalon from Sociocracy.net, and I'm here to present today Nabu Digital Sociocracy, which is a software that we have been designing with Sabrina, which is a specialist in graphical design. We've been spending about 18 months to work on this software. Meanwhile, I'm presenting the software. First of all, I would like to know how many people. I think we have 17 people here, participants, just to have a quick look of who you are. The time is very short, and I would like to enter straight away in the presentation so I can give you a little bit more time for question and answer. So let's go ahead. I would like to, first of all, share the screen. I will do that. And presenting you. It may take a little minute. Just a moment. I will stop sharing for a moment. Hold on. See if this one is better. I'm having a little problem to get into the just a minute. The sharing screen is not responding me. Hold on, I will try something else. Here we are. I think I can navigate now in the system. So here is the dashboard. This is Nabu's dashboard. The first thing is to explain a little bit the history. That will be really short. Sabrina brought to me at some time 18 months ago a system that was designed for big cooperatives. She designed it for about 100 to 1,000 people. And the idea was to bring consent and to guarantee that the consent could not be violated for very big organizations. The thing was, in her concept, this was flat organization, so 100 or 1,000 people all in the same level, and to bring the concept of consent and unviolated it. She already had the concept of a political domain in one side and operational domain in the other side, so that was kind of easy to transform the system and to bring sociocracy in it. So what we did is to keep this, to transform consensus in consent, and to do some little betterment so we could sociocratize little by little the system she already created. So the first thing I want to show is the left side of the dashboard is related into the political domain. This is about the horizontality of the system, and the right side of the system has to do with the vertical system. It's the operational executive aspect of it. So let's get into the wheel. You can see that this is dynamic and is rotating. The first point is to decide. So we decide is the first step. And if we get into the tree, into the decide, we can see, so the tree from the base, you can see some flowers that are here and some dots. some yellow and red dots that are on the branches. Each branch is a proposal that one of the team has been created, and the flowers is the power of each person in the team. At the moment, the system is set up with 5 flowers for each person, and this is about to regulate the amount of proposal and to guarantee that we can really take consent decision at the end, not having about 100 proposals and no decisions at all. So we forced to have some proposal, but to go ahead with them. The idea of the tree is also to be sure that the people of the team are able to do very complete proposal. The base of the tree means that this dot, for example, on this proposal is the general aspect, and as we go up the branches, we get into more details, which means that at the base, the proposal may be very accepted by the whole team. Everyone would kind of agree on the general concept. But as we go along and as we go into details, this is where we may have some differences. And so the possibility to present objections, these are the red dots, and to propose a new branch to create a proposal or synthesis of different options that anyone can present, and to place our flowers in the last dot of the proposal if we feel this is fine enough, if we see the proposal is complete enough and there's no more objection to it. So finally, everyone would put the flower in the last dot, and we would get into a consent decision, which are these little documents that are all there that the tree is just expressing. So here we can see that there's 3 of them. There's also the idea of Nabu, of this system, is to communicate through graphical language. What we wanted to do is not only go through words, but the image is very, very communicative. And this is really the advantage I can see about it. So seeing the tree, we can, the shape of the tree, we can see how is the behavior of the team. If there are a lot of proposals, are they complete or they're not? All this information is very relevant to the whole team. So every team in the organization will have its own tree and will develop it. So this is, to make it short, this is the first aspect. So we decide, we make proposal, we have consent out of it, and there's no way we can violate it. The second step would be, therefore, to store all this consent decision. And we can see here all the different documents. We'll get back to that in just a minute. All these decisions are stored here, and we can have access to clicking on them. We can have access on all the decisions that the team has realized. So that's kind of the second step. And at that time, we get into the operational domain, which has 2 categories. The first one is the structure of the organization. And it's something also very interesting, which means that this structure has been created by the team, not by the operational leader or the board of director if it's a business, but the whole team has created his own structure. First would be vision, mission, and aim, and from there we would go into the working groups. From the working group, we would get into the strategy for all the teams, the working groups to work on. So it's also another visual aspect to be sure that straight away we see what kind of structure has the team. And the second aspect related to operativity is about the follow-up. Means that if we have a consent decision and if they are related to actions, we have divided strategies to actions. Strategies go into the one we've seen before, is the organizational structure. But if we go into actions, then we need to have a follow-up of them. And so we have a Gantt chart in that case, and all these are actions that are going on at the moment. So we can see the length that is prepared for each action, how how percentage of realization of all this action, if they're kind of in trouble or if they're going fine. So here are the colors for it. And if we enter into them, the person that is responsible for the action at any time can do some new comments and guarantee for the whole team to be updated to see exactly what is going on. At the moment that the action is done, the person responsible for it will just make it finished. We can see it here, finishing tracking. And at that time, the document would just leave from this aspect of follow-up and would appear into the results. So here are the same, is the historical line for all the results of the organization, of the team, and we can access to them by a click and have a complete transparency about all what we have done. After that, we will keep on our journey. We can see that there are the three functions, sociocratic function that are here represented. We decide in one side, we execute our decision on the other side, and then we will evaluate our execution on the last one, the last function, which is here. We learn. What do we learn? So from the roots of the tree, we're learning out of our actions. And here we are. At the moment that we're getting into this aspect of the software, we can see that we have a different level which correspond to the trees as well. And we can see different colors, the green and the red, which represent the positivity of the evaluation or the negativity somehow of the evaluation, which is something that is very interesting to us. At the moment, there's three actions that are being evaluated by this team, and the team has the ability of evaluating actions, events. We have created a document for events, and also any kind of link. If there's something relevant for the team information, anyone can easily just take this information, place it here, and the team can evaluate the relevancy of the information if we want to take care of it, and if we want to transform this information into a proposal. Anyone could do that. So the idea here is if there is a problem in the evaluation, if there's something that we see that we need to better, we would just go into a red. The red aspect of it that is here, the green on the other side. So we have green for yes and no for red. And according to all the information that we would have, if this is an example, is this concrete action facilitating the development of our objective? If not, why? So any member of the team will just fill out this evaluation, will just send it, and at the moment that is sent, it would just be another aspect of this evaluation visual. And from there, if this is red, anyone, I can just go there, I see it's red, I can click on it, and I can see what is the information of any one of the team, and we will do a synthesis of it. And the great advantage of what most I like of it is that the software, what we would do is would just synthesize the keywords of the problematic of the whole team. So let's imagine a team of 10 persons. They see there's relevancy of an issue on one action. They would just say, well, this is what happened, and I don't think there's work because of this, this, and that. And if there's a conversion somehow of all of them, the software would just pop up all the keywords that would be the information for any one of the team to access it and to create new proposal out of these collective elements. So this is just to have a round, but obviously we can see that this is for, I don't know, we'll just get to another aspect here. This is one dashboard. This is the dashboard of only one team. But we can see that this example is a solar company, and we can see here all the different circles that are interrelated. We see the top circle, which is called CAS here. So there's 7 members on that top circle. And we can see the general circle here in the middle. We can see the different teams. So all these wheels have their own dashboard, they have their tree, they all work in semi-interdependency, obviously, semi-autonomy. And the example we were seeing is this installation. So I'm this little person here in the installation team, and we can see quickly the speed of the system, which is what I was saying before, transmitting information for us is very important. Straight away, we can see what's happening. The wheels are going fast, there's activity. People are working. The wheels are not going and are slow, there's no activity. So straight away, we can attend it. We can go there and say, there's something going on, and we can work on that. Without knowing each other, without seeing each other, at any time we can take decision at 3 o'clock in the morning, one at 6 o'clock. We don't have to see each other for that. Everyone can work online at any time from any kind of, from telephone, smartphone, tablet, computer at any time, and in these 3 languages that we've been translated. This is still a prototype. We still need to finish it. There's about a 5% to finish it, but it's very functional. We've tried it already, and we're working well with it. So the speed is one information. The color is another information, means that this is green. So this is kind of fine. That would be red. We would know that in the evaluation process, there's something going on, and we could go there, enter the system, and see exactly what's going on. Whoever in the organization could have access to any part of the organization, and guaranteeing the transparency of it. But at the same time, what we can see is the people of the organization, at any level, production, commercial, installation. There's about 3 teams in this organization. The general circle is here with these people, and the top circle is here. We can see the color, the difference of the color, because we have the leader, the representative, one who is facilitating, a secretary or administrator. They have had a different color, and according to, if we go through them, we have all the information, their function, sociocratic function, or the function in their team, and we can easily see who are these people, contact them, and we see who we are at the moment. I am here, the operational leader in installation of the team. So just to finish it, the idea was to have a 3D view of the organization. So we can hear here that these are the wheels that we've seen before. They are here, but we can also have a 3D view. This is the top circle with these people. We can see them all here. We can see the activity. This is the general circle. So we can also see who are these people, what are they doing, the activity in installation, here are they, and we can see the activity, and who are they, what are they doing. So this is another way to have a quick view of what is the organization, what is the shape of the organization, and what is the activity of the organization. At this stage, I would like to open it for you, maybe your question. We still have about 10 minutes to go. Let me see how can I do that as well as possible. Maybe I need to get back into this. Let's see in the chat if there is some question about it. Maybe let me know. I can give you a voice. Any question? Meanwhile, I can keep complementing it. If we have an English version, yes, we said it, that at the moment, this is in 3 languages, Spanish, we studied from there, we have it in French, and we have it in English. There's about very few words left that are in Spanish in the English version, but we're working on it, and that would not matter, that would not be too much an issue to be able to work with it. So yes, this is in 3 languages at the moment. This is, I can also say this is an open source. Anyone can access the program. For people that are used to Sociocracy, it's very fine. You can really recognize yourself in it. People that they don't know Sociocracy would need to learn about it. And this is what Sociocracy.net can facilitate, to be sure that people that they're not in touch with Sociocracy can do. Do you have a version that is translatable in Danish? It is not too complicated. We can easily process translation. I've done it myself with the help of Sabrina, which is the programmer. So yes, we could do that. We could put it into different languages, just a matter of time. Obviously, we need our spare time to do that. The loop you have sure applies to a single tension need decision needed. Normally, you would have several loops like this running at the same time. How does the system handle these parallel loops. I would answer to that. The cost, first of all, quickly, the cost, there's no cost at the moment. We said this is open source, anyone can make to use it, but you would need a little bit of training for that, and we would work out the time for the training, and the cost would be more related to this explanation if you need it, and normally they would. Let me get into the next one that is a little bit complicated. The loop you have shown applies to a single tension need decision needed. I don't think so. Maybe we can back, we have different kind of document, and you've seen that the tree has different branches. So you can go into different decisions at the same time. You can start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decisions at the same time. A team of 5 people, and each one doing 3, 4, 5 decisions, that would be about 25 decisions at the same time. The idea is, what is more relevant for the team? Well, you would support one decision, one proposal, and an off before than not the other one, and the collective consciousness at that time would just apply. The intelligence of the team would say, well, maybe at the moment related to our objective, this is the issue we have to work on, and you would see a tendency, and that tendency, the branch of the tree would grow, and you would see straight away that the branch is bigger than others. And obviously the team, the whole team is converging into one direction. So you can go into different processes at the same time. I hope I have answered that as well as I could. We still have some time to go, no problem. More question if you have. There's otherwise I can take some time to explain a very nice, interesting concept, which is when you start a team, you need a vision. Obviously, we cannot take decision if we don't know what is our common aim, mission, and a vision. So the first document we open is the manifest. So what is the vision of the team? And the tree would just manage the first thing. What is our common vision? And you have to consent that. Otherwise, you cannot go into action. So from that vision, you go to mission, and then you go to aims, and then you go to the work group, the services, and then you go into the strategy, how you're going to make that working. And as soon as you have your strategy, you can go into actions. So there's kind of a line, a pedagogical line to be sure that you don't take decision just in the air. There's a directive, right? There's a continuity, an evolution line. First the manifest, first the vision, mission, and aim, and then you go into action. And all this is consented by the whole team. Otherwise, you cannot go ahead. I found a link to Nabu on the internet. It is Spanish. I would like to share it with some speaking English. Is a version accessible for sharing. There is, I would put here in the link, there is a simulation. That's the only thing at the moment we can do. Otherwise, you have to enter the system and you would register, and people would say, well, what can I do from next? So we need to have a little bit of training. I recall it, this is still a prototype. We still have to work on it. We're still receiving feedback. Obviously, this is very creative, very inventive. It has been sociocratized as much as possible, but obviously we would need to have feedback from the team. My own team in Sociocracy.net is giving feedback, and other international team at the moment are working on giving us feedback, and we'll have, obviously, with the collective consciousness, development with the time. So let's be patient with that. So yes, we can easily, I can take from here the suggestion, and we can make making a version, a link that would be more into English and international, so people can share it. No problem with that. We still have few minutes to go. I would say about 5. More questions? By that time, what I can do is to put a link. Let me see if I can do that. I can put the link for you to access it. So after the session, you can access this, and at least having our email or phone number, and we can keep in touch. No problem with that. So yes, maybe we can put the sharing link as we have it in this web page, where I have put this link, and you could get it from there. That's also a possibility. Any more question about that? About what we have discussed? Okay, yes, I can see here an email. I can rescue it. So we can get in touch afterwards. Any more questions? We have been working with the Town Hall of Barcelona just for the interest, obviously, of this innovative system. We need to adapt, obviously, in this sociocratic bubble or culture that we have. For us, it's easy to understand, but the general public will have to get a little bit more information and training about what we're doing. I was saying before that it is responsive. I can use my phone, my smartphone at the moment. I can use vocal recognition and all these decision anytime, any place. I just can talk to my phone. This is translation. My whole team is seeing the proposal, can object, can get to better the proposal, decide it, we can track. So it's becoming now responsive. I can also say that we've done it without any kind of economical support. That has been our time only to do that. So we're really proud of where we got to at the moment. And obviously, in the close future, we are considering of having some support, financial support, so we can do great betterment on the system. But I can really say that this is a really, really good start. The system can take millions of people. You can have millions of circles. There's no limitation to it. The role, Sociocratic role, are respected. The one that is facilitating has the political field in his hand. The one that is coordinating has the operational field in his hand. Secretary of Administrator have access, has special access that the others don't have. And we're working at the moment into making into the tree the way of electing, having the election of the people within the tree. So everything goes through it and guaranteeing that even the sociocratic roles are decided by consent. This is something that we're working on to be sure that there's no violation. So we're taking a little bit of time, but we're getting there. This is our next step. Well, I think it is time now. It's 2 minutes left. If you have more questions, remember sociocracy.net. This is the company that is holding Nabu. And you just get in touch, sociocracy.net, and the email that I've sent in the link. Okay, that's all for me. Just checking if there's more questions.
One question. Okay. Have you looked into Glassfrog? Has it been? Have you compared your work with Glassfrog?
No, we haven't had time to compare with anything at the moment. We have been working very creatively, and we're really open to have some feedback. We've been working really straight on that every week, 18 months. But yes, that will be great to have information of similar things, and we can do some kind of conversion. No problem with that. If you can facilitate, good to hear.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that's about time. Thank you all for listening, and let's keep in touch.